Well, when it comes to kids in school, would it surprise you to know that what happens at home with learning is even more important than a parent's income, their level of education, and even their cultural background? Here to teach you how to set up your own learning lab in 5 minutes or less is Donna Bozzo. She's a family fun expert. We call her the lady with the alligator purse. She's known as that too. Great to have you on the show. I think this is a wonderful topic because we feel like once kids start school, even it's like, oh, we're done. Yep, they go and learn there, but really it's important to give them opportunities to learn things at home too, isn't it?
True. You know, a new study from NYU said it's the most important thing you can do is to encourage learning at home. It's the most important thing you can do to ensure academic success and success later in life.
It's a lot of pressure though for parents who work or who are just busy taking care of kids, even if they don't work outside of the home, and you feel like, oh, do I need a lot of supplies on hand? Do I have to have a different kind of education myself?
Right, it's impossible if you make it hard. That's why you have to look for ways to just kind of make it simple and work with the things you already have.
Okay, and what you like is ideas where you usually have things right on hand, right?
I like to use things that are at home. I like to use things that are fast. You know, if you put too much thought into it, you know, we all have great intentions. We're like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to have to go to Michael's and I'm going to have to buy this and I'm going to have to set it up and we're going to need at least an hour. You'll never do it.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the things you brought is actually a science experiment, right? And I feel like, because it's only, I think, 3 things are a cup, an egg, and vinegar, right?
Exactly.
Almost everybody has those 3 things on hand.
Absolutely. So, you know, science, I love 5-minute, I call it think fast, you know, 5-minute science experiments. You can do it right on the island in your kitchen or do it on the breakfast table. But we used to do this quite a bit. It's a big hit with the kids. You know, soak an egg in vinegar. And after a few days, the shell will disintegrate and you'll actually be able to bounce the egg.
No way.
Yeah.
And is it almost like a hard-boiled egg?
Nope, just put a regular egg in there.
But does it become like a hard-boiled egg?
It does. It becomes actually more
rubbery
than a hard-boiled egg. And you can do this with a chicken bone too. You put a chicken bone in vinegar for about a week and it'll become so rubbery you can bend it.
That's hilarious.
If you Google 5-minute science experiments on the computer, you can find all kinds of great things to do with your kids with things you already have around the house. You can make a tornado in like an old mayonnaise jar with just dish soap and vinegar and water. We've made slime with glue and laundry detergent. And just, you know, if you have it all ready to go and you've got that 10 minutes, guess what? You're going to do it.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful. And then you can talk about why you think it happened and those kinds of things. What do you think? You say create a learning landscape. What is a learning landscape?
Okay, so say you don't have time to do this, you know, but you can still incorporate learning into your home environment in a way that it doesn't have to become your activity. You can buy a net. We bought a butterfly kit where my daughter had caterpillars. You know, she raised them and they became beautiful butterflies.
And named them?
Oh, totally. And then set them off to be free. And of course, you know, she thinks they come back to see her every year. But
oh, that's cute.
That's so cute. But you know, you could do this with an ant farm.
Yes.
You know, you can have them plant plants. You know, bean plants are really easy. If you just put beans in dirt and they can watch plants grow. So it's sort of in the background, but they're watching this happen as the days go by.
Composting too is kind of hot right now, learning how to compost. There's your bean plant. Those sprout fast, don't they?
Those are very fast. So if you have small children who need that reward quickly, you know, children forget.
Yes.
I would go with a bean plant.
I think that's great. What do you mean when you say turn the ordinary into the extraordinary?
Well, you know, okay, so say your child has a spelling test and you want to help them with the spelling test, but you know, it was a mad scramble the night before because you had soccer carpools and you had work to do, and write the spelling words on their lunch bag.
That's hilarious. I didn't get it first why you had, I was like, admire cannot festive wonder. I was like, I don't get it. Now I get it. That's their spelling. That's a great way to give them a little refreshment as their lunch. They can just sit and stare at that and you hope they'll absorb it somehow while they're eating their PB&J.
Exactly. Or, you know, they sit in the car on the way, or if they walk to school, or they put it in their locker. I mean, think about all the times they're going to see that little lunch bag on their way down to the lunchroom.
That's a great idea.
It's just an added way to just give them a little boost.
That's fun. That's cute. And you say no matter what age, stay connected with kids. Because I feel like this now that my daughter started high school, you're a little more hands-off with giving them learning opportunities. But you say don't ever stop.
Well, the same study says it's just as important. It actually becomes more important to be involved in their academic progress and be involved in that way. And it's also good protection against, you know, drug use and all kinds of other things. But my daughters are about the same age, and they're not going to do this anymore. So I have to find different ways to connect. And so I'll tell you what I'm trying right now is I checked out all the books, all the books my 7th grader and 8th grader are reading for school this year.
And read them with them.
And I'm not reading them with them. I'm not, they don't want to snuggle up and read in bed with me anymore.
No, but so you read them at the same time.
And it gives us something to talk about other than, clothes and boys and that kind of stuff.
I love that. And don't nag them necessarily about their grades either, because that gets old. All right, here's where you can find out more of her great ideas. Donna Bozzo, you can find her website at theladywiththealligatorpurse.com. Thanks so much.
Thank you.